You may or may not know that there's been plans to build a boardwalk between Halliday Park and Friend Avenue for, well, probably a couple of decades. And if you're not a member of this Facebook group, I suggest you join it. And here's a map from council from, I think, about 13 or 14 years ago, showing what they wanted to do. And obviously, we've got to now consider how we would get from Halliday Park to what's going to be the East-West Regional Cycleway, which will be running around the bay. Now, if we can't get a boardwalk, the only way to get across this missing link is to ride on the road. So given the East-West Regional Cycleway is going to generate more traffic, this needs to be turned into a safe cycle route, preferably for people aged 8 to 80. That should be the target audience. Now, how do we make a safe cycle route through these streets? Well, first thing we need to do is get rid of the parking. And why is that? Well, because we don't want to get doored, do we? We don't want people just suddenly opening the doors in front of kids and knocking them flat, because that's always a problem. The other thing is just the general width of the street. So, but what do we do when we get to Lyons Road? Well, it's a pretty simple answer. You can't put a path along here because the verge is too narrow. So just take out all the on-street parking here, and you could just put up temporary water-filled barriers along here, so you could cycle back and forth in what's now the parking lane. Now, there is a bus stop at the end here. I mean, that could be relocated to the next block, or you just build it into the plan somehow. Obviously, if you relocated a block further, you'd have to take out more parking. But hey, what's more important, parking or a safe boardwalk? Now, I'd also take out all the on-street parking on the left-hand side of the road here, because if you take out parking on the road, obviously it's just going to displace cars around here. And this is the most critical bit, because around here is always full of cars and the street's crowded. I'd definitely remove the on-street parking along here. Now, it shouldn't be a problem for the residents because they've all got big houses, big blocks, garages. They shouldn't have an issue with moving their cars onto their blocks. So that would give us a safe route end-to-end. Now, it's not as good as the boardwalk, and you just say it's you just want it as a temporary measure until such time as a boardwalk gets built. But it'd be interesting to see what the reaction of residents would be if you said, well, look, we have to build a connection somehow. It can either be over the water or it can be on the road. Maybe, make it the choice of the local residents. They can have a little ballot and they can work out what they want to do, and involve everyone in the area who's going to be impacted by the loss of parking or putting a cycleway past their house. Anyway, that's my proposal. If we want to make this, a safe route end to end, that's one way to do it.